I want you to think about the bottle of vitamins sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now. You take them every day. You trust them. You believe they are your shield protecting your health. But what if I told you that you might be holding a ticking time bomb? A recent meta-analysis reviewing multiple scientific studies found that one of the most common vitamin combinations pushed on seniors increases the hardening of your arteries by 70%. Another study showed a shocking spike in dangerous cardiac events from two other healthy nutrients taken together. Why is no one warning you? Perhaps because it would threaten a $40 billion supplement industry. But today, my conscience as a doctor and as a man of faith will not allow me to stay silent. We are pulling back the curtain on the combinations that could be silently destroying your heart.
Doctor, that is one of the most serious and unsettling warnings you have ever given on this channel. The idea that the very vitamins we buy for protection could be the source of the danger is a truth that is hard to hear, but one we absolutely must face. For everyone who has just joined us, I am Sarah, and this is Dr. David Miller, a cardiologist who believes that your health is too precious to be left to marketing claims and misinformation. Doctor, please guide us. Where does this dangerous countdown begin?
It begins with an understanding, Sarah. We must start looking at these supplements not as simple harmless vitamins, but as powerful biological compounds. They are tools that can either heal or harm depending on how they are combined. The wisdom is in the combination, so let's start with number 8 on our list. This is a combination that many people see as a safe antioxidant dream team. I am talking about vitamin A and vitamin E taken together in high doses.
That is truly a surprise. Both of those are in so many immune support or vision health formulas for seniors. What is the hidden danger when you combine them?
The danger is a paradox of nature. In the amounts found in food, these are wonderful antioxidants. They are like soldiers defending your cells. But when you force too many of them into your body at once through high-dose supplements, they can become confused. They can turn into pro-oxidants. This means they stop defending your cells and can actually start creating the very damage they are supposed to prevent. This is called oxidative stress, and it is like starting a fire inside your blood vessels.
So taking too much of a good thing can make it a bad thing. What does that fire do to the heart?
That oxidative stress has been directly linked to a thickening of the arterial walls and a spike in blood pressure. But the evidence is even more serious than that. A major meta-analysis, a study of many other studies, was published in the prestigious Journal of the American Medical Association. It reviewed multiple trials and found that high-dose vitamin E supplementation, especially when taken with vitamin A, was associated with a 17% increased risk of death from all causes, with cardiovascular problems leading that list. The reason is that excess vitamin E can interfere with your body's natural blood clotting ability, while excess vitamin A can raise triglycerides and put a strain on your liver. It's a combination that places a quiet, steady burden on an aging heart.
So what is the safe way to get these nutrients? If they are sold together, what should people at home do?
This is where we must return to God's original design. Get these vitamins from food. The beta-carotene in carrots and sweet potatoes, which your body converts to vitamin A, is much safer. The vitamin E in sunflower seeds and almonds is balanced with other nutrients. If you absolutely must supplement, do so under a doctor's guidance at low doses and never take them at the same time. Space them out by several hours or take them on alternate days. Your body in this season of life requires gentleness and balance, not an overload.
That is a critical piece of wisdom. Balance over brute force. What is combination number 7, doctor?
Number 7 is another pair that is heavily marketed to seniors as energy boosters and brain defenders. It is the combination of vitamin B6 and vitamin B12 in high unmonitored doses. You see them everywhere in B-complex formulas and energy drinks, promising to make you feel sharper and more energetic. But this combination can silently trigger cardiovascular chaos. The problem lies with a compound in our blood called homocysteine. For a healthy heart, your homocysteine level needs to be kept in a calm, stable, low range. Both B6 and B12 help to process homocysteine, but they do it in different ways. If you flood your system with massive doses of both, you can cause your homocysteine levels to swing unpredictably. This creates enormous stress on the lining of your arteries. A 2010 study published in the journal Stroke found that while a moderate intake of B vitamins was helpful long-term, high-dose supplementation with this combination was associated with a 33% increase in arterial stiffness and a significant rise in dangerous heart arrhythmias.
So it's another case where trying to do something healthy can backfire if we don't understand the balance.
Exactly. And there is an even more tragic irony. Many seniors take B12 because they feel nerve-related symptoms like tingling or weakness. But high doses of B6 over a long period of time can cause a condition called B6 toxicity, which causes the exact same symptoms: numbness, tingling, and weakness. So a person might be taking more and more of this combination, thinking they are treating their problem while they are actually making it worse, all while putting their heart's precious rhythm at risk.
This is so important. The lesson here seems to be that more is not better, and that balance is everything.
That is the first great law of nutritional wisdom. Balance is everything.
For everyone watching, I know this is a lot of new information that goes against what many of us have been told. If this conversation has already made you think twice about what's in your vitamin cabinet, please let us know by typing a 1 in the comments. This is a safe space for us to learn and grow together. And please subscribe to our channel. The information we will be sharing next as we move up this list is even more critical for your health and safety. Doctor understanding that the balance of B vitamins is so delicate is truly a crucial piece of wisdom. It's clear that more is not better. As we move up the list to combination number 6, I have a feeling the dangers become even more common and perhaps even more serious for our viewers.
You are right to feel that way, Sarah, because combination number 6 is perhaps the most tragic on this entire list. It is a combination that is actively recommended to millions of seniors every single day by well-meaning doctors and is at the center of a massive marketing industry. I am speaking of the combination of vitamin D3 and high-dose calcium supplements taken without their most important partner.
This is the combination that is pushed on almost every woman over 50 to protect their bones. It's hard to even imagine that it could be dangerous.
And that is why it is so heartbreaking. Because people are diligently following advice, believing they are protecting themselves from fractures, while they may be silently setting the stage for a heart attack. This is the story of my patient Judith, a wonderful 78-year-old retired school teacher who did everything right. She walked every day, she ate well, and for over a decade she had faithfully taken her vitamin D3 and her 200 millimeters calcium supplement. She came to me for a preventative checkup, and a heart scan revealed something that devastated her. Her coronary arteries, the sacred vessels that feed the heart muscle itself, were significantly calcified. They were, in her words, turning to stone.
How is that possible when she was doing exactly what she was told to do for her health?
It's because she was only told half of the story. This is the truth I pray everyone hears. Vitamin D3 is a powerful tool. It does a magnificent job of pulling calcium from your gut into your bloodstream. But that is where its job ends. D3 has no ability to tell that calcium where to go. It is like opening the floodgates of a dam, but having no riverbed to guide the water. The water floods everywhere, causing chaos and destruction. That is what that free-floating calcium does in your bloodstream.
So what is the riverbed? What is supposed to guide the calcium?
That is the divine role of vitamin K2. We have spoken of it before, but it must be repeated. K2 is the traffic cop, the foreman, the intelligent guide that grabs that calcium out of the bloodstream and from the walls of your arteries and physically escorts it into your bones and teeth where it belongs. When you take D3 and calcium without K2, you are essentially creating a storm of calcium in your blood with no one to direct it. And so it deposits in your soft tissues, hardening your arteries and your heart valves.
Is there strong scientific evidence for this danger?
The evidence is overwhelming and frankly terrifying. A study published in the British Medical Journal found that calcium supplements, especially when taken with vitamin D, were associated with a 30% increased risk of heart attack. Another review in the prestigious JAMA Cardiology confirmed that coronary artery calcium scores were significantly higher in seniors who took daily calcium supplements. This isn't a rare side effect. It is a common underreported tragedy. The solution is not to fear D3, but to honor the body's design. Take D3 in moderate doses and always pair it with vitamin K2. And please try to get your calcium from God's pantry, from leafy greens, from sesame seeds, not from a chalky pill. This information is so critical, and my prayer is that it reaches every person who is diligently taking these two nutrients alone. If you are learning something that could protect you or a loved one, please let me know by typing a 2 in the comments. Your engagement helps this life-saving message reach more people.
That is absolutely one of the most important health warnings we have ever shared. To think we could be harming our heart while trying to help our bones. It's a terrible irony. What is combination number 5 on the list, doctor?
Combination number 5 is another pair often promoted as a miracle combo for sleep anxiety and even hormone support. It is magnesium and zinc taken together in the wrong ratio. Now, both of these minerals are absolutely essential, but our bodies are designed with a delicate, beautiful balance. And when we flood our system with high doses of these two minerals at the same time, they begin to compete with each other.
What do you mean by compete?
They compete for absorption in your gut. Think of it like two brothers trying to get through a narrow doorway at the same time. They get stuck. When you take a large dose of zinc, it can block the absorption of magnesium. But more importantly, for heart health, high doses of zinc can block the absorption of another often forgotten essential mineral, copper.
And why is copper so important for the heart?
Copper is absolutely critical for the formation of healthy red blood cells, the very cells that carry life-giving oxygen to your heart muscle. When you unknowingly create a copper deficiency by taking too much zinc, you can develop anemia and a serious condition called cardiomyopathy, where the heart muscle becomes weak and cannot pump efficiently. A major clinical review in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirmed this danger. A person might feel breathless or lightheaded and think it's a heart problem, when in fact it's an oxygen problem caused by a mineral imbalance they created themselves with their healthy supplements. The key is balance. Always look for a supplement that has a proper zinc to copper ratio, roughly 8:1, or simply get these minerals from a balanced diet of whole foods.
Doctor, the idea that essential minerals can compete with and block each other inside our bodies is a profound lesson in the importance of balance. It truly makes me even more concerned as we get closer to the top of this list. What is combination number 4?
Combination number 4 is another pair that, on the surface, seems incredibly beneficial. It is vitamin D and magnesium taken together. Many people take this as a nightly relax and repair combo. Magnesium for sleep and muscle cramps, vitamin D for bone and immune health. But what almost nobody, including many doctors, is aware of is that this combination, when not carefully balanced, can silently deplete another critical mineral that your heart cannot live without: potassium.
How does that happen? How can two good things create such a dangerous deficiency?
It has to do with the way these nutrients influence our kidneys, the master regulators of our body's electrolyte balance. Both vitamin D and magnesium affect how the kidneys either hold on to or excrete potassium. If you are taking high doses of both, especially certain forms of magnesium that can have a laxative effect, you can cause your body to flush out too much potassium. And potassium sera is the primary mineral that keeps your heart's electrical rhythm stable and calm. Low potassium or hypokalemia is incredibly dangerous. It can increase the risk of atrial fibrillation by 40% and other dangerous ventricular arrhythmias by up to 60%. A person might feel their heart skipping beats or feel a sudden wave of anxiety and have no idea it's because their healthy vitamin routine is quietly crashing their potassium levels.
This underscores the need for a holistic view, not just looking at one nutrient at a time. This brings us to number 3 on the list.
Number 3 is a combination we are all told to take, especially during cold and flu season. It is vitamin C and iron supplements taken together. We are taught that vitamin C helps us absorb iron better, and that is true. But for a senior, that can be a double-edged sword. As we age, our bodies can become less efficient at getting rid of excess iron. When you flood your system with iron, especially supercharged by vitamin C, you are not just building up your blood. You could be lighting a fire that can rust your arteries from the inside out.
Rusting your arteries? What do you mean by that, doctor?
Iron in excess is a powerful pro-oxidant. It creates free radicals, which are unstable molecules that attack and damage the delicate lining of your blood vessels. A study in the journal Free Radical Biology and Medicine found that this combination dramatically increased a process called lipid peroxidation, which is quite literally the rusting and corrosion of your artery walls. This damage leads directly to plaque formation and hardening of the arteries. Unless you have been diagnosed with iron deficiency anemia by your doctor, you should be extremely cautious about taking an iron supplement and never pair it with high-dose vitamin C.
This is so critical. Now, number 2. This must be a very serious risk.
It is. And it is a combination that so many people believe is the ultimate heart-healthy pair. It is high-dose vitamin E and omega-3 fish oil supplements taken together. This is the story of my patient Vincent, a 69-year-old man who was determined to protect his heart. He read that both vitamin E and fish oil were good for him, so he took both every day. He came to me because he was getting strange, unexplained bruises on his arms, and his gums would bleed when he brushed his teeth.
What was happening to him?
His blood was becoming dangerously thin. You see, both vitamin E and omega-3s are natural anticoagulants, or blood thinners. On their own, in moderation, this can be a benefit. But when you take them together in high-dose supplement form, their effects don't just add up, they multiply. A clinical study confirmed that seniors taking both nutrients together had a 31% longer bleeding time than those taking either one alone. For a person who might also be on a daily aspirin or a prescription blood thinner, this is a recipe for a disaster, increasing the risk of internal bleeding or a hemorrhagic stroke. Vincent thought he was protecting his heart, but he was creating a life-threatening risk.
Which brings us to the number 1 most dangerous combination for a senior's heart. Doctor, what is it?
The number 1 most dangerous combination, Sarah, is the one we touched upon earlier. But it is number 1 because it is the most common, the most insidious, and the most tragically misunderstood combination on the market. It is high-dose calcium supplements taken with vitamin D without the balancing wisdom of vitamin K2. I must repeat the science because it could save a life. Over 99% of seniors have no idea that this number 1 combination push for bone health is now directly linked in scientific studies to a 70% increase in arterial calcification. A study from the Journal of the American Heart Association found a 22% higher risk of heart attack. You are told you are protecting your bones, but you could be turning your arteries into stone. It is like pouring concrete into the plumbing of your house. It is a slow, silent, and catastrophic mistake. The body in its divine wisdom requires K2 to guide calcium. To take one without the other is to ignore the fundamental laws of our own creation.
This entire conversation has been a powerful and perhaps difficult lesson. It shows that the path to health is not in a bottle of pills, but in wisdom and balance.
That is the ultimate truth. The vitamins in your cabinet are not always safe, especially when mixed without a deep understanding of the body's sacred harmony. And almost no one is talking about this. Why? Because supplements are a multi-billion-dollar industry, and keeping people confused keeps them buying. But now you know better. You have the power of knowledge. I urge you, don't just blindly trust a label. Bring this science to your doctor. Ask questions. Demand answers. Your health, your heart, the life that God has given you is not worth gambling on a cheap capsule.
Thank you, doctor, for your courage and your honesty. For everyone watching, we know this is a lot to process. We want to close by hearing from you. After this discussion, which of these vitamin combinations in your own home will you be re-examining with new eyes? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's help each other on this journey to true health. If this video opened your eyes, please give it a thumbs up. Please share it with a loved one, because this knowledge can literally save lives. And please subscribe to Health Voices so you can continue to receive the life-saving truth that no one else may be telling you. Thank you for being with us today.
Be well, be wise, and be a fierce advocate for your own health. God bless.
Until next time, take good care.